Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we are going to be fully completing the stealth recreation that I've been doing. If you guys haven't seen already, there is a part 1, part 2 and part 3 video of this already on the channel. But yeah, this is the final part. At the end of this I'll take you on a tour of the area and show you a POV at the end, but I will do a video in the coming days of a full multiple POVs of the ride, and also some more cinematic shots of the area. But yeah, as you can see here, I am building the building that sits just underneath and just on top of the end of the launch section here. I'm not too sure what is actually in this building. I assume it's all the mechanism for the launch and other electrical stuff and bits like that. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm putting that together now. In this video you're going to see a lot of the little bits being done. There are bits that happen off camera just because they're little bits that I don't really think need to be shown during a time lapse. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just putting the front facade of this building on. But yeah, sorry there hasn't been as many videos up recently. I've been quite busy, and as I mentioned in another part of this, uploads were going to slow down quite a bit. That's just purely because I'm a bit busy and I've got other things going on. But you know, I'm back now. We're doing this. After this, I'm going to be going into my other park, and I've already recorded a video from that. I've just got to do the voiceover for that, and that should be up in the coming days. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm just putting the final top of this building on. This does change. I think it changes off camera because it's got to be slightly bigger than what I'm putting it at now. But yeah, videos on this channel will kind of be every other day for a little while now, just because I've got other bits going on, and I've got days where I'm visiting the parks like Chesington and Legoland, so I'll be recording vlogs from that. I've also got other things going on. So I know it's not ideal that we haven't got daily uploads anymore, but it's just had to happen because I haven't really got the time to be doing daily uploads. But yeah, I will also say that in this video you'll see certain bits that I've already done change and stuff like that, but that's just because I've noticed little bits and changed little bits. But yeah, I have learnt to use Artships a lot more as well doing this recreation, just because it helps you get what you want without it being really big and bulky. I know the station was one of them that was a bit too tall, but that's mainly because of the limits of the game and also how big the stations are. So it does look a little bit unrealistic and not quite like real life, but that's purely just because of the in-game kind of the way the game goes. You don't really get to customize stations as much as you would like to. But as you can see here, I am just starting on the logo that sits on the end of the launch here. It's like Slick Motor Oil. I don't put the full logo. It's a slight variation of the logo. It's not the exact logo. It is it's got oil underneath it rather than the other lettering that's on it. That's purely just because I couldn't get the font small enough to put underneath there. But as you can see here, it's all coming together really nicely. But yeah, I want to try and do bits more like this more often, where I'm kind of using more art shapes and stuff like that, because it does help me build my Planet Coaster skills. But yeah, I'll be quiet for a little bit and just let you guys enjoy the time lapse, and I will chime in a little bit. And yeah, guys, as you can see, that logo is now done, and I'm working on the underneath of the top hat here. I'm just putting in like the foliage and the pathway there that leads to probably into that building, and also so that they can get to the top of Stealth if they need to. But I'm just putting in some plants and bushes around the area. Nothing too major, just because the area that it does sit in hasn't got too many bushes. It's kind of more just like grass and meadowy kind of look, just because they do have to access it. One thing you'll notice, I do put a lot of trees around the outside. That is purely just because of that's kind of like the barrier of what I was going for. Purely just because I wasn't going to build like that little bit of the Rumba Rapids, and you'll see I don't build the entire queue line. I kind of do the front kind of straight bits to the queue line and fast track, but I don't do the bits behind the launch. That's just because I wanted to just focus on the actual plaza of Stealth, Stealth itself, and also the station. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm just starting on the building that sits behind that facade there. I'm not too sure what this is. I'm sure it's more electrical stuff. That's probably what it is. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm just making sure it looks correct. And as you can see, I'm just going to put the checkered kind of checkered border on the top of it. That's something that I've done on the station, and also on the wall, the walls of the photo booth as well. This is definitely something that I've got a lot better with over my time building this, is the actual scaling tool. It's such a good feature to have in this game, as it kind of helps you to make things slightly more realistic, and it does help you a lot with the recreations as well. But as you can see, I'm just putting that in. One thing I would say is to people that are like new to Planet Coaster, or aren't sure about doing stuff like this, just go for it. Just have fun. Just don't take it too seriously. Just try things, and if they work, they work. If they don't, they don't. Try and find another way, which is what I've had to do at times with this recreation, especially with the station. Like I said, unfortunately the queue line isn't actual queue line. I haven't been able to make it so that people can actually ride it. I said this in a previous video, or another part of this, so to speak. It's purely just because of the kind of the size of the building. Not the size of the station, and also how big the entranceways are, and the fact you can't have dynamic stations really doesn't help this, purely because it leaves because Stealth's queue entrance is on basically you go up the stairs and then you're there. You don't have the you basically have the steps, and then you go across and into the things, rather than the entrance being right by them. And I did try it, and it got a bit messy, and it didn't look quite right, and it started looking less and less like the Stealth's station. So I just decided to leave it, and it's not going to be able to have guests on it, but it's in testing mode, and you'll see stuff like that. But it is unfortunate, but there's not much that I can do about it. I'm sure there's some Planet Coaster whiz out there that can do it with the click of their fingers, but I'm unfortunate one of them. I love this game, and I love playing this game, but I don't kind of deep dive like some people do into the game. That's just my preference. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm just finishing off this building. Just putting the roof on there. I'm not sure if it is a black roof, but with the border being so high, I just put it to a black roof. And yeah, as you can see, I'm just we've now cut to me just putting in the rest of the fencing. Like I said, that's kind of like the border there to the area. And you'll just see here, I just start putting some more bushes and trees in the area, just to kind of bulk the area out and make it resemble a bit more like it is in real life. But as you can see here, I'm just putting in this is something I did notice. In the actual plaza at Thorpe Park, they have this kind of blue fence. It's kind of blue and brown fence that goes underneath this track. So I thought I would replicate that. I thought I'd replicate that just by putting it in. It looks really good. I do like it. My one kind of complaint is that I didn't quite make the fence panels wide enough, but as you can see, I'm just putting in the sign that says Amity Speedway. If you look on Google, you'll see what I mean by this kind of this blue fence with which just says Amity Speedway on it, and that's kind of like where the area ends, so to speak. That's kind of as far as I've gone with it. I haven't done any of like the Sunken Gardens area behind it, or I haven't done the rest of the queue line, or I haven't done like the Swarm in the background or anything like that, just because I wanted it to be solely focused on Stealth and the Stealth Plaza. I'm not too sure what I'm doing here. I think I'm trying to look up this sign that's on this building. It's kind of like a smoking tyres kind of sign that's just on this building, and I just thought I'd recreate that just for authenticity reasons. But yeah, it's coming along really well. We've obviously got quite a bit of the time that's left, and you've also got the real time section as well. So yeah, as you can see here, what I meant about the trees is now happening here. I'm just kind of padding in the area and kind of boxing it in so it looks a bit more finished than it does. I didn't want to leave it so it kind of just looks like it's just plonks in the middle of the area. And as you can see here, I'm just starting on the arch-shaped stairs, similar to what I did with the exit corridor for the area. I know it's not ideal. In the ideal world, I'd have had a completely customized station, and I would have been having the stairs properly work and have people going up them, but unfortunately it just hasn't quite happened. Like I said, I'm sure there's someone out there that knows exactly what they're doing and can do this with their eyes closed, so to speak, but unfortunately I haven't been able to. But yeah, as you can see here, the stairs are coming along. I think in the minute I start putting in the queue line for this, or I'm not sure if I do the pathing first. As you can see, I'm just putting in the metal corrugated part of the stairs. But yeah, I have enjoyed doing this recreation. It's definitely helped me kind of build a bit more realistically than what I used to. I used to, in Planet Coaster 1, make these big extravagant parks with not much thought for how it would actually work. But yeah, this has definitely helped me with that. But as you can see here, I'm just putting in the fast track queue line here. As you can see, I'm just trying to figure it all out. Yeah, it's coming along really well, and you'll see what I mean when I put in the main queue line. What I mean by I'm not fully doing the whole queue line. I kind of just do the. If you've been on Stealth or you've been to Thorpe Park, you'll know that you've got the fast track queue line, and then you've also got the normal entrance queue line. The massive straight that you first walk down, there's a gate right at the end where you go underneath the launch system, or like the launch of the ride. That's what I've kind of cut it at. That's kind of just, it's a long straight there with the bit that kind of bends down into the stairs. That's all I've done. That's I didn't want to do too much of the queue line, mainly because it's quite a hard queue line. It's a lot of back and forth and kind of like awkward angles and awkward paths. But yeah, I just thought that it would have been easier to do it this way than it would have been any other way. But as you can see, I'm just putting in the ride access queue now. Just putting that in there for you guys. This is obviously this kind of episode is the kind of smaller details and the finishing pieces of the whole area. But yeah, it's coming along really well. I'm going to be quiet for a little bit now and just let you guys enjoy me finishing off the recreation, and I'll chime in a little bit. But as you guys can see, I'm just starting on the traffic lights at the start of the ride now. These do change. I do eventually. I do get some off of the workshop. Just I won't lie to you, purely because my ones didn't look that great, and the ones I found on the workshop were really good. And I'm trying to remember the name of the person that made them, but I can't remember it. But I'll put it in the description down below if you want to download them. But they're very good. They are. They are very, very good. That's the only real way I can describe them. It is they're very good. These ones are very, they're passable as lights. They're just not very. They're just very they're just very flat and not very. They don't work very well, and you can kind of get away with it, but as you can see, I'm just trying to figure out a way to light them, and I couldn't figure it out. So yeah, I probably could have done with scrapping this whole part of the video, but I thought I would show you guys that not everything I try comes off. It started off okay, and then it kind of got to the point. It got to the point with the lights, and that wasn't working properly, and it didn't look right, and they felt really bulky and very big, and not very accurate to normal lights, and they weren't going to work. And it just, as you can see, I'm trying to put those lights in them, and it doesn't look quite right. And yeah, in the end, I do get some off the workshop, but you know, they're the ones in the workshop are very good. These ones are, you know, my attempt at trying to build a traffic light. They're not great, but you have to try these things, and if it comes off, it comes off. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm just finishing this bit off. This doesn't stay, like I said. It's very much more the other lights I get off the workshop. But I thought I'd try and see how I got on. Normally, you know, I was trying to go for realism, but yeah, oh well. Moving on here and just finishing off the path in here. This is something that I didn't show too much of during the recreation. The stamping tool for the paths is really good, and it's a really good addition for this year. It's because it helps with actually building plazas and stuff like stuff like that really. But like your plazas and certain paths, if you've got to go around something or you want it in a certain way, that's kind of shown as well in my other Planet Coaster Park that I'm building at the moment. I haven't got a name for it, so I can't tell you what it's called, but it's another one on the channel here. I'm currently building the Wild West area of that. The whole front area has been done, so I'll put a stamp up here in the corner so you guys can go and watch those videos if you want to. Yeah, moving on to here, you can see I'm trying to recreate the benches in the area. This was another failed attempt. I inevitably settled on using settled on using art shapes and just colouring them white and then red, white and then red, rather than the kind of chevrons that they've got on it. That's purely just because I couldn't really figure out a way to do the chevrons properly without it looking tacky and making them a bit unrealistically big. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just popping them around the area and looking at reference images to see where they are, and yeah, it looks really good. As you can see, I'm just dotting some bins around as well. But yeah, it's nearly coming to the end of the time lapse, and like I said, we're going to do a real-time portion of the whole area, and I'll put in a POV at the end of the video for you guys. But as you can see here, we're just putting in the kind of floodlights that they have in the area. I try using these lighting heads and stuff like that. It doesn't quite work, and then I settle on these. I can't remember what these are called, but yeah, I settled on building putting these on it, and it looks good. It looks like a floodlight. It does what it needs to do. But as I said, this is going to be the end of the time lapse, and I'm going to send you guys into the real time portion now. Here we are in Planet Coaster 2. Before I show you guys, I just thought I would turn this way so you guys can't see it, and we can do a big reveal in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. This is my stealth recreation here in Planet Coaster 2. Yeah, I'm really impressed with it. It definitely looks like stealth. As you can see here, you've got the kind of building just underneath the launch, and you've got the facade here. You've got the custom supports that really do make it look like stealth. You've got obviously the 3 different types of supports and the weird wire that sits in the middle that I still don't know what it's for. But yeah, as you can see, oh god, I'm going really high there. But yeah, as you can see here, all the custom supports here. Like I said, these are from an old iteration of stealth, they're not the current iteration. But yeah, down here you can obviously see what I mean by the queue line. I didn't really talk about it in the time lapse. I know I said that this is what it looks like, but yeah, you've obviously got the queue line, and this is what I meant. There's like a fence, I think, here in real life that stops you from going down here and sends you back up the way you came. But just for the recreation and just because I wanted to do the plaza, I just put it down as a straight line to come straight through here. Also, what you didn't see in the time lapse is I did this bit. I've obviously done the altitude one and the speed. I couldn't quite fit the model in there. It shrunk and looked quite bad. But yeah, I'll show you the traffic lights I've got. These are off of the workshop. Like I said, I will get the person that made them in the description down below. But yeah, here's the station. One thing you can note is I haven't done the car for stealth. That's purely because I couldn't quite get it correct. My Planet Coaster skills aren't that great yet to build fully customized ride cars yet. But this is what I mean by the kind of entranceway here. As you can see, I've made this bigger. But you come up here and the entrance is here. So you would come around here and, like, in real life, you've got the back row here. Like, obviously in Planet Coaster, it's moved around quite a bit, and you can't quite get it right. But it is what it is. It still looks like the Stealth Plaza. Over here, you've obviously got the... I still don't know what this building is, but you've obviously got the elevator here. You've got the stairs that come down here. A massive safety risk with no rail. I've kind of forgot to put that in, but yeah, you've obviously got the ride photo booth down here. You've obviously got like the main exit here, and obviously the better view that you get of the ride going around. In fact, I'll pop it into testing mode for you and put it into real time, and we can watch it go up and over the launch. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the recreation. Let me know down below what you guys think of it, and obviously I'll upload it to the workshop so you guys can look at it, view it, go on it and add those little touches if you want to. But there it goes right over the top of the top hat. Like I said in the first part of this, it's not 205 foot. That's purely just because of game limitations, and I wanted to set the launch to 80 miles an hour. As you can see here, the completely custom sign I made for stealth. This is the kind of one I was using to try and put the model in over there and put it on the front of the car, and it just didn't look quite right. But another great shot of it launching out there. But yeah, like I said, the tyre I think is my least favourite part about this. I feel like if I had more kind of time and I kind of did what I did with the kind of sign over here, I could have made it a lot better than it is. But yeah, obviously another thing here is the test seat. That's also off of the workshop, and I'll put the link for that down below. Or not the link, but the creator of it. The floodlights here. And also what you didn't see in the time-lapse was me putting in this and also the kind of storage and warehouse for it. But yeah, we will take a ride on it. Let's close it and reopen it so we get a proper test. We'll sit on the front row for this one. And yeah, off we go, 80 miles an hour, up to the top of the top hat. Getting some great views of the overall Thorpe Park area if this was real life. And then into the airtime hill and into the brake run. Like I said, the Stealth is a very short but sweet ride, but it's one of my favourites. If you've watched my top 10 video, you'll know that this sits comfortably in my top 5 coasters anywhere in the world. Not that I've been to many parks in the world. I'm hoping to next year to go to a few more. I've obviously got Disneyland Paris lined up in October of next year. So yeah, let's jump off of this. But yeah, that does bring me to the end of the video. If you guys have enjoyed, please like and subscribe. It greatly helps me out and it's greatly appreciated. Let me know down below if you want to see more recreations in the future. And also subscribe so you can stay up to date with other videos. You've obviously got my other Planet Coaster series that I'm doing at the moment. And also other videos on the channel like my top 10. I've obviously done stuff coming for UK parks next year. So yeah, stay tuned and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.